Greetings, Ranger fans. I'm Bryan Montgomery here with head coach Brandon Hickman. The Rangers heading into their final road game of the 2019 season against McKinney. Coach, homecoming here on Friday against Plano. The weather didn't necessarily cooperate, but the Rangers were more than happy to run the ball in, get a big win over Plano, and put you right on the precipice of a playoff berth with a win over the next two games. Looking at that matchup, so many things changed in the last 48 hours prior to the game. We weren't sure what the weather had in store, and then all of a sudden it's raining all day Thursday night, all day Friday. Talk about the approach that the coaching staff had to that game and how the weather really changed that heading into Friday.
Well, Thursday morning's practice, we decided to wet the ball, on offense. We were like, we got to get the ball wet. We got a couple old balls and sprayed them down. And kind of interchange the balls throughout practice. We didn't want to hear the kids say the ball was wet Friday night because it was going to be. I didn't realize it would rain that much, but it was coming down pretty good there, misting pretty hard. So the conditions were tough, but we handled the ball. We took care of the ball, which I was really pleased with. The kids didn't, we didn't turn the ball over, and that's huge on a night like that. And I thought, up front on both sides of the ball, we really dominated the line of scrimmage, and so I was really proud of the way the kids played, the effort that they gave. I felt like we were in control of the game.
And then E.J. Smith has done such a great job scoring touchdowns the last 5 weeks since his return. But really one person that we don't talk about that much on the team that has been a major role player is Jake Taylor. He's been putting up huge numbers, not scoring the touchdowns, but getting the team all the way down the field in order to score those touchdowns. To have kind of that thunder lightning approach, you got Jake and you got E.J., that double tandem running back team really has helped the squad usher in an offense that has really been hard to stop this year.
Yeah, Jake Taylor's had a great year. He's a tough kid. He's about 155, 60 pounds, soaking wet, but runs like he's 200. Never gets tired. He's just a kid that's going to keep coming. One of the toughest kids I think I've coached. He's a leader. He's a great student here at Jesuit, smart. The kids respect him a lot. And so I thought he had a big game. He and E.J. both had a really good game. And they block for each other and they pull for each other as well. So Jake's been not a big surprise because he showed some flashes last year of doing this, but he got in the weight room and put on some muscle, and when he gets hit, he can carry a couple people with him, which is amazing for his size, but just the toughness that he has, I know those guys up front really enjoy blocking for him.
And then on the defensive end, a big safety, the first since, I believe, 2017 for the team, if not earlier, and then a blocked extra point at the end of the game, which really put Plano up against it, needing to force them to have a touchdown and a two-point conversion to really essentially sealed the game for the Rangers. And looking at those big plays, it's been a big play penchant for the defense and special teams this year, and they came through once again.
Yeah, that's something, we wanted to be able to stop the run. 25 was a good player, and so we knew we had to keep him contained. I felt like we did that. I think we held him under 40 yards, which was huge for us. And then special teams, I thought, won the game. I thought we, the muff snap there on the punt and getting the safety, and then also on the block extra point, that was huge. And I thought we had some good kickoff coverages, and then we had pretty good field return on our kickoff return. So I thought the special teams part was a little bit of the difference maker, as well as our punting. We got stopped a couple times and kind of pinned them deep. It became a field position battle, which I wanted it to be with the weather the way it was. And Rance got off a couple of really good punts. He was Special Teams Player of the Week, and that helped us quite a bit in the game.
And then now you head into a matchup against McKinney. You've been to McKinney ISD Stadium once this year, so the glamour of being in that new stadium has just kind of disappeared a little bit. Now you can focus on the football. But the McKinney Lions coming in, quarterback Samson DeZarco led the district in passing for a few weeks, but the team has really transformed into, very much like Plano, a 50-50 attack. So talk about that team. What should Ranger fans expect from the Lions?
Yeah, they have a good offense. I think their quarterback is a sophomore. He does a good job. He throws a good ball. They got a couple good running backs back there. Their offensive line's big, and they got a couple receivers that can run. So there's never an easy opponent in this district. Something we know. We understand that, and we're just trying to take it 1-0 each week. And they're all big. I told the kids it's the next game. They're all big, and this is the next one. So we'll move on to this one. We've had a really good week of practice. The weather was pretty rough this morning, but the kids came out there in the cold rain and jumped around and had a lot of energy, and the focus is a little different. They know it's becoming close to playoff time, and we're trying to get in the playoffs. And so, we're starting to see a little bit more attention to detail by the players, and we're real excited about this upcoming game. And like I said, they got a good football team, but we're going to look at improving us each week, and if we can do that, I think we're going to be playing good football.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck to you on Friday. Again, the Rangers heading back to McKinney ISD Stadium to take on the McKinney Lions. 7 p.m. kickoff with the 6:30 Legacy Texas pregame show with Tom, Jack, and Chris on 770 KAAM. And as always, be sure to keep it locked into JesuitRangers.org for all of your up-to-date Rangers info.